Hey viewers and viewers, my name is General Red Strategist and welcome back to Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. This is the 11th episode I'm doing as part of my second season strategic campaign in regards to this game. Now, of course, in the previous episode we actually completed the final Dynasty campaign, and now of course we're doing something else. So there's been an update not too long ago to this game which I haven't really had a chance to look at yet, which essentially adds a load of functionality in terms of custom content. So as you can see down here, there's actually a workshop now for this game where you can download certain maps and all kinds of things that people have made, certain battles. That is an interesting screenshot there with what looks to be some kind of very custom unit, which is interesting. But there is now this tab down here, Unit Creator. Was that always there? I don't think it was it? So it sounds like people, you know, are increasingly getting the ability to create their own units for this game, which is interesting. But let's just look at that workshop again. See, it's got some filters up here. Oh, so you can filter it by type. You can filter it by battle, by campaign, by unit, by faction. Okay, no mods found for that one apparently. Nothing on that regard. Okay, right, so it looks like, by the looks of it, it seems to be just kind of battles and campaigns which are available at the moment. Okay, so that's something new. But that, you know, raises an interesting point. The game now supports the ability for its players to actually create their own campaigns. And that is what we're going to have a go at, you know, doing in this episode, everyone. We're going to see if we can make our own Tabs campaign. So, I've had an idea for what we can do. Something fairly simple and straightforward. Now, of course, you know, if you know anything about English history, or British history rather, you'll know that a long time ago, many centuries ago, back in the sort of Dark Ages, Middle Ages, back before, of course, Britain as a country really existed, when it was actually divided into separate kind of individual kingdoms that were independent and autonomous of each other. You remember, of course, one of the big threats that people in the British Isles always faced was foreign invasion, namely by outside forces such as say the Anglo-Saxons, or rather the Saxons rather, the Danes, the Jutes, and of course our good old friends down here, the Vikings. So here's what I'm thinking of doing. I'm going to create a campaign which is going to pit the player against progressively harder and harder Viking hordes. So it's basically the defence of the British Isles against the Vikings. So the maps that we're going to use the farmer maps, and we're going to use some of the medieval maps. I might pick and choose a little bit, but, you know, we'll see. Okay, so that's Farmer 1 with the bridge. We might not start with this one, though. We may, I'm thinking, start with Farmer 2, perhaps? Or should we go for a slightly different one? Actually, having said that, the Vikings have got some good maps. What about Viking 1? Viking Sandbox is the one with the friggin', whatchamacallit, the giant sort of arena with huge gates, so I don't think we'll use that one. Okay, actually, I think for our first kind of battle, we'll use the Viking 1 map for what, you know, just for what I have in mind. So, if we click the, you know, this icon that's now up here on the left at the top of the screen, we have Save Battle, Load Battle, Upload, and Campaign Creator. So if you click Campaign Creator, you can create campaign, and then it has a column here entitled Battles, and then one called Campaign Battle. So I think I'm guessing what you have to do is create a battle, put it in, so it saves in there, and then you can drag it into there and put it into some kind of order. At least that's what I'm guessing is the case. Now, if I click Load Battle, oh, you see, it's got load features and everything. Oh god, need to get out of that, please. Right, so this is going to be our first battleground against the Vikings. So, here's what I'm thinking, right? Because this is kind of like a frozen waterway type map, this will be our first one. Because of course the Vikings, you know, they used to come over to the British Isles in their big long ships, raiding the coast and all that. So this, I think, makes for a good first map. It's a kind of cold, harsh winter, and the Vikings are inbound. So, here's what I'm thinking, okay? Obviously the blue faction is going to be the one which we have to deal with. So, what we're going to do, we definitely need, I think, a Viking longship. Because, you know, the Vikings are coming over. I think what this will be like the Viking sort of scouting party it's the initial kind of party of Vikings who've come forward to try and see what's going on over here on the British Isles. Then we need just maybe a couple of extra units to back it up. So I'm thinking maybe just give them some simple headbutters like that, and maybe just kind of like a brawler who's kind of like their party commander. So I think this will be the first Viking kind of group that we go against. Just a small, you know, little Viking scouting party. Right. Now I'm wondering, is it possible to set points limits and things like that? If I save the battle... Ah, okay, right. I see. So the battle name, what shall we call it? We'll call it... we'll call it the Viking Scouts Arrive, right? Player budget. Now, okay, right, so I'm guessing this is how you set a budget. That, you know, the red team can only go so high in terms of how many kind of units they have. So actually, before we save that, let's just think. Okay, so this faction over here is 1,580 points, 6 units. So what could you use? You know, how many points realistically could you use to defeat that? Also, could you actually set it? I mean, I'm just wondering, is it possible to set it so that the player can only use certain units? It'd be good if there was a function like that, but I don't think there is. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if that's possible. Okay, so all the, you know, units which the player faces are going to basically be Viking ones, but I'm guessing then, because there's no way to kind of set or restrict factions that the player can use, that means that they can use anything, essentially. So, thinking, you know, how many points would you need to be able to take out a faction like this, or a group like this, whatever? Could you maybe do it with... Let's test out some ancient units against them and see how they do. So maybe let's get 4 Sarissas. Perhaps also 4 hoplites. Looks like one of my Sarissas there is doing something a bit weird. I mean, that's not quite how you're supposed to hold a spear of that kind. One of your friends is doing exactly the same there, which is kind of weird. Okay, so we've got 8 units there. Slightly short of the total. Let's just see how they get on. So I'm guessing, you know, we really need to play test this and see how it goes. Oh, those headbutters are kind of devastating, aren't they? Okay, that's not a good faction to go for. Unless we... Well, obviously the key thing here is just that longship, which could be a bit of a problem. Let's try putting some snake archers along the sides, like that. And then maybe shield bearer in the middle, backed up by 2 Sarissas. It's just under the same amount of points there, but... Okay, see, that makes the old longship throw too early. Okay. Ooh. We may still lose here, that's the only thing. It's possible that we may have to try out some different units other than the ancient ones. Okay, they're not working. Right, let's just clear the red faction from that side. What if we try some farmer units, maybe? What could we use? Some archers, perhaps, along the flanks. So we try sort of 8 archers, and then maybe some squires down the middle. Maybe 5 squires. So the archers can just go alongside and pick people off. Well, the friggin' headbutters, they took quite a few hits there, didn't they? Ooh, there goes the friggin'... Jesus. Okay. The archers may be able to do it, if we can get rid of that friggin' oarsman over there. Oh, go on, lads. Oh, there we go. Right, so that is a red victory there. Okay, so you could probably beat these guys with archers and whatever else have you. Maybe a bard as well or something to distract them. Okay, so how many points do you think we would need there to actually be able to win a map of this kind, or win this kind of battle? Obviously they're on 1,580, so maybe, let's see, the Viking Scouts arrive. So this is the initial scouting party. Player budget, so I'd say, should we say 1,200 points? So obviously we spent about 1,500 or so, just over that, with our army there. But I reckon you could probably do it in less than that, maybe. That's what I'm thinking. If you used archers and stuff to try and negate the old the old negate the what am I saying? Negate the headbutters. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so here's the thing, right? We've got to give our map a description as well, just to, you know, kind of explain what the deal is with that title. So it's the Dark Ages. Oh God! And the British Isles are under threat from Nordic, but not Vordic, Nordic. Come here, invaders. British Isles are under threat from Nordic invaders. The Vikings have sent an initial scouting party. You must repel them. Okay, so that's the description for our first battle. It's the Dark Ages and the British Isles are under threat from Nordic invaders. The Vikings have sent an initial scouting party. You must repel them. Play budget 1,200. I also see there's this option here, save friendly units. So I imagine you could put down a load of units on the red side to actually give your player something to start out with. Interesting. Okay, save successful. So right, that's our battle there. There you go, it's in there. Interesting. Right, so we went to Campaign Creator. In fact, actually, come to think of it, hold on, maybe we should make all our maps first, I don't know. So if I transfer to another map, unless, I'm just thinking, how should we do this? Should we do another level set on this particular map? Or maybe should we move on to another one, perhaps? Because we've got, obviously, 2 farmer maps and 2 medieval maps. Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. I think we may do, maybe, no, actually, I was thinking about maybe doing another kind of battle on this map, but actually I don't think I will. In that case, let's go to Farmer 2 for our next one. So I think this will be... Actually, no, not this one, sorry. Which is the medieval one that I'm thinking of here? This one. I think this could be a good one for our second battle. So let me just check the battles again. So yeah, so it's definitely saved. Okay, I keep pressing escape like an idiot. Right, so the deal with this map is, because this is kind of like a watery map around the edges, it's kind of a bit coastal. What I'm thinking is this will be a good one for facing the initial true sort of Viking versus player battle. So what I'm thinking about doing is having it where the blue faction maybe comes up. I was just thinking maybe the blue faction should come up from somewhere, but having said that, I kind of wanted to maybe put them under there, but I don't know if that's going to work actually, is it? Unless we can actually put them down. Hold on. If I just put a guy maybe downstairs or something. What colour will he show up as there? He's going to be red though, isn't he? That's no good. Oh god, I just put him under the water. Don't want that. Right, okay, well, you know what? It's a fucking watery map. It'll do for what we want in terms of the storyline of this. Okay, so the idea of this map is, you know, we faced off the Viking scout party in the previous battle. This one is going to be the first sort of wave, true wave of the Viking army. So we're going to need, I think, probably a fair amount, well, not a fair amount, but maybe a few more long ships. So maybe a long ship there, one there, and one there. So 3 long ships, I think, is a good way of starting out. And then maybe put down some extra brawlers. Maybe give them like a sort of initial line up front of kind of 5 or 6 brawlers. Let's see if we can just get that guy closer. Yeah, 6 brawlers, what do you reckon? I think that could be an interesting one. 6 brawlers and 3 long ships. So this is the initial Viking force over here, landing down. Right, so now the question of course is, how do we beat these guys? So they've got 4,320 points worth of units there. What can we use to try and beat them? Maybe we try catapult, perhaps? What about a knight with maybe a couple of healers behind him, and then some extra squires? Let's just see how well these guys do. Oh god, freaking longships pushing units around. Oh god, longships going everywhere. My knight's still... oh no, he's not. Right, well, that might not have gone well at all. Or maybe we can just use friggin' kind of archers again, perhaps. Hold on. We get the old archers along the flanks again, like so. And maybe... knight in the middle, or maybe a couple of knights actually, like so. What about a king? Yeah, we're round about the same kind of level of points there, so let's just see how well these guys do. Now you see, ooh, that actually made the longships fire early. King's still up there, and he is holding out. Oh, wait a minute, no, King's out, he's dead. These archers may be able to hold them down, though, if they... Yeah, I think they've got it. Okay. Maybe we could take out some units here. What if we take out the knights? That's what I'm just thinking here. What if we replace the king with 3 Valkyries? Let's just try this and see how this goes. Alright, that makes the longships obviously throw too early. Okay. And the archers, meanwhile, are doing some good damage behind. The Valkyries are out, but I think the archers will probably have this. This guy doesn't even know what he's doing with his oar. Who's still alive? Oh, this guy. Longship thrower. Wow, that's a that's a good move. Throw yourself down on the floor so you don't get hit. Right, let's just let's take out one of the Valkyries, maybe. Or maybe yeah, let's just try it this time with 2 Valkyries. Oh. Okay, they're getting the longships to throw, which is pretty good. Archers are still in there. Oh. They're doing it. Kind of. God. Having to kind of pull themselves forward so they can hit some of these guys. Still a brawler, though, which might be a problem. Oh. Oh. Okay, there we go. You see, just looking at this, I reckon you could probably do this with 2,000 points. Possibly even less than that. Let's just try this out. If we take it down to 1,840 points, let's just test it. And I see the beauty of this game is that there is friendly fire. So if you can get the old longships to throw on each other, that can be quite devastating. Or throw on their own units, rather. Oh, come on, lads. You have to fire a bit quicker than this. Oof, yes. Oh, but the Vikings are getting into the line now, which is a potential issue. God, you're missing at such a short range. These friggin' oarsmen who don't seem to know how to use their oars properly. Oh, God, dude, watch out. You get thrown off. I mean, it is just this one guy, wherever... Oh, he's trying to go down that way, because there's a... Okay, he just went to the water. Where are you going, mate? Who are you going after? You've kind of fallen over. Now my archers are wandering after you like a bunch of idiots. There we go. Okay, right, well I reckon you could... Yeah, 2,000 points I reckon is what we'd use to take on this faction. So, let's save this battle, right? This is not the Viking scouts arrive. This will be... the Vikings have landed. Okay, right. Put the player budget to... Should we put it to... Or should we put it... 1,800? What do you reckon? Okay, right. Description of this particular battle. What we'll call it. Right. The Viking spearhead has arrived, has landed. And the Britons need to intercept the landing ships. Okay, oh god, misspelling that there. Right, okay, so that's our second battle. Right, we've got 2 of them. Viking scouts arrived, the Vikings have landed. Right, so now we have to do the 3rd battle. So for this one, I am thinking maybe go to Farmer 2. Because this could be a good one, because it's a nice big sort of open area. The intention is to have 5 battles in this campaign, so not too long, not too short either. Okay, so now we need to up the difficulty a bit for this one. So the idea is, for this 3rd battle, the Vikings are starting to kind of go inland, and you know, in true Viking fashion, they're going to take their ships with them, as they always do. So we're going to have maybe the 3 longships again, like so. put them like that. So, you know, the Vikings are pulling their ships over land. So they're on 3,000 points at the moment. Then, what I'm also thinking is, they're going to have maybe a good sort of phalanx of units, so perhaps they'll have a Jarl as their kind of commander, backed up with some berserkers along the flanks to add some new variety. The brawlers, as usual, we'll give them about 5. And what about some headbutters? That's screeching. There we go. So let's put them back here, like so. Okay, so we got a fairly sizable Viking force there. What do you reckon? 5 brawlers, 4 berserkers, 4 headbutters, 1 Jarl, and the 3 longships back there. They're not quite lined up perfectly, but never mind. Okay, so 6,310 points worth of units. What do you reckon we need to defeat this? Maybe we could go for firework archers or samurai. Let's try out some firework archers along the flanks, as always. Maybe 4 aside, like so. They could... let me think. Maybe also put in a couple of harvesters, because they're quite tough units, aren't they? And what about, then, let me think. Backed up with some sarissas, perhaps, for spears, long reach, and a couple of hoplites. Okay, let's just try out our force over here. Oh, there go the berserkers. They're in there. That brawler line took a few hits. The longships are still going, though. That's the only problem. Sipping tea whilst I'm at it. Okay, the Vikings are into the firework archer lines, which is not ideal. Ooh! That longship just got thrown and took out a load of his units, but the Jarl's still in there. Okay, so I think, yeah, we've lost that one. Okay, that's not the best force to take those guys on with, is it? What we need, perhaps, are snake archers, again, to get the old longships to start throwing early, something like that. What else? What else can we use here? Maybe go for some monks, perhaps? Maybe 4 or 5 or 6 monks. Should we try that and just see how they get on? Right, snakes are active. Longships are already throwing, though. Oh god, watch out for those berserkers. They're into the friggin' archer lines, which is not ideal, is it? The monks... they're trying to hold out, but they're not doing a terribly good job, are they? Okay, now we're just... right. Oh, there's still monks over there, though. Snake archers are all down, which is not ideal, but... okay. I still think we've lost that, though. Yeah, that's not going to work. Right, maybe try a different combination here. Stick with our snake archers kind of along the flanks like that. And then maybe back them up with some fireworks. So, kind of a bit of variety, you know, just spice things up. And then, what about... ooh, what about a Minotaur? To maybe get in there and just mess things up. Put him right up front there. Alright, let's see now. Let's just see how that goes. Okay, for some reason one of the longships just instant throws. Okay, that's killed the Minotaur, which is... oh no, wait a minute, what are they firing at there? Oh, snakes, that's what they're firing at. I see, I see. Yeah, this is not going to hold out here though, is it? Yeah, that's not going to work. Alright, take the Minotaur out. Let me see now. Secret units? Wait, what's a... what the hell is a Chuko Nu? What is a Chuko Nu? I've never seen that before. What is that? What is this, some kind of Chinese crossbow or something? Hold on a minute. Hold on, we've never seen a Chuko Nu before. What does this guy do? Are you fucking shitting me? What even was that? Okay, he got swamped, but fuck me, that was ridiculous. Okay, he's only 350 points? Just put a couple more of them in there and just see how they do. Then what else can we throw down? What about a dragon? Or a couple of dragons, rather. Just to kind of screw around a bit. Let's just see how they do. That one up there for some reason is going in a weird direction. It's like Chinese crossbows or something. It's very peculiar. They're like backing up. Oh god. Yeah, they're not going to do a good job here, are they? Jesus, why are they so loud? Those longships up there are really struggling. I don't know why. Strange. Okay, that was a bad idea, but okay, whatever. Let's just go back for our old firework archer strat again. So I feel like the firework archers could be a very good part of the solution, so maybe try 10 of them. What about maybe a couple of ninjas back behind the lines there? Maybe some samurai? Like so? 3,500 points. Let's just try this out and see how well this goes down. Okay, right. Berserkers are into the lines. The ninjas might be able to provide a bit of support here. I'm hoping, at least. Okay, maybe not, because there's still berserkers active. Maybe what we need to do actually here is take out some of the units that the old Vikings have. Having said that, quite a few of these firework archers have so far held out. The Jarl was... oh god, they threw for some reason. Oh god, guys, watch out here. I think maybe we need to take out some of the berserkers, because I think the berserkers might be causing a bit of a problem. Okay, let's take out the berserkers for now, and let's just, you know, get them going up against these guys. So 5,310 points they're on now. Okay, samurai in there. Oh, that was thrown too early. Okay. Ninjas can do a good job against some of the longship guys, especially when they get... okay, the ninjas are actually down, apparently, somehow. Oh no, the ninjas are not down, but one of them has been hit by a freaking firework, which is no good. God, that Jarl takes an absolute beating. Well, I know he's taking a firework now, but okay. Oh. You know, the fireworks do not do a lot of damage on their own, do they? But... oh god. Ooh. Just watch out, guys, you're going to end up blowing yourselves up. Still in there. Be careful not to hit your own dude. Come on now. He's been blown along there. What the hell? Freaking fire type. Oh, watch out. Wow, these guys just jumped out of the boat. They're just racing along. What the hell? That guy's just... he's dead now. He's in the ditch. Oh, do you reckon they can do it? Oh, I don't know. Oof. He's still alive, though, by the looks of it. Oh, God. Come on, dude. Need to fire early. Ooh, that's close. Maybe we're just what we need to do. I don't think the samurai really do much, do they? Maybe we should replace them with monks, perhaps, because they're a bit stronger. Let's just try 3,800 points with 4 monks, perhaps. Okay, the brawlers, you know, they get hit instantly by the freaking fireworks. And the freaking ninjas get straight in there and do a fair bit of damage. You just got to watch out, because the fireworks do... oh god, that guy went flying. Now he's being pushed along the ground. Oh god, he's got so many fireworks in him. There he goes. Alright, I think they're doing it, sort of, now. Oh, careful guys. Just watch out for that one long ship back up there. Okay, this could be the winning solution. Wow, there it goes. Jesus. I don't think the longships handle this ground very well. But that could be a good thing, because it could give them kind of a delayed action. So that way it gives your units time to chew them up. Because the Vikings have quite a few strong units. Okay, that's victory. So I think maybe we'll set to about 3,500 points for this map. Okay, save battle. We'll call it the Viking Advance. And we'll set it to... should we do 3,500 or should we do 3,000 to make it really challenging? Let's make it 3,000 points. Okay, so the description for this one is that the Viking army is advancing over land. Desperate to stop them, the Britons must mount a defence in the flat fields of eastern England. Yeah, sounds like a good one to me. The Viking army is advancing overland. Desperate to stop them, the Britons must mount a defence in the flat fields of eastern England. Okay, So now we have our 3 battles there. It's getting together slowly. So now we want to go to a next map. I think for the next one we'll do Farmer 1. So this should be an interesting one because, of course, this is the one with the bridge in the middle of it. A good choke point. Okay, so what's our Viking faction going to look like for this one? Now, we've been using longships a lot, so I think it's maybe time to get some variety in there. Obviously, I think we'll have 1 longship this time. This time I think we'll have 2 Jarls, because obviously, got to ramp up the difficulty. We'll have a couple of Valkyries on their side this time round, just to add some something really interesting to kind of mess things up a bit for the player. And I think we'll put down maybe 7 headbutters, a big line of them there, like that. Backed up by, perhaps, let's try some berserkers again this time. 3 berserkers, perhaps. So they're on 5,080 points. And we'll give them a couple of brawlers as well, along the flanks. Right, so that's going to be our Viking formation for this battle. So the idea is the Britons have got to hold them up at this choke point. Okay, so what would be a good unit to hold them up? Obviously a mammoth would be, real fucking good, probably, on a map like this, but that would be pretty OP, I do think. Shall we try, maybe, a ballista? Put a ballista back there, like so. I wonder if we have any other secret units that I'm not aware of, though. Cheerleader, yes, of large Shogun Sensei, the Samurai Giant. Artemis, the other giants. Okay, no, it just seems the Chuko Nu seems to be a very new one that I've never seen before, which is kind of strange. But yeah, interesting. What about some Taekwondo dudes? Maybe just along the flanks like this. Let's just see how this army does first. Okay, Ballista, just be careful not to hit your... Okay, those berserkers could cause a bit of a problem for the Ballista, couldn't they? Wow, instantly taken out. Not a good one. Yeah, so really you need to try and get them all together on this bridge, don't you? That's what you need. Let's get a couple of jesters up front, just to try and, snarl them up. And then, I mean, we can always use Viking units of our own as well, that's the thing. So maybe back them up with some brawlers, like so. 2,360. And then maybe Sarissa's behind, like this. Let's just try it out and see how it goes. Okay, interesting, interesting. There goes the longship. Still the friggin' Jarl, though. Oh, that was interesting. It went a bit better. What if we add catapult behind to give extra firepower, and then a couple of squires, just for, filling out the numbers. So we're on equal, number of units each now, 17. Oh, but that catapult is going to potentially smash up the own line, isn't it? That's the only thing. Yeah, that's not going to work. Right, we need something better, I do think. What about hoplites up front, backed up by the old Sursars, like so. Then how about if we get, of course, some archers along the flanks. 3,000 points worth. Let's just see how they do. Oh, those fucking snakes just went completely wild. Okay, that gets them to throw the longship, though, doesn't it? But now they're into the friggin' archer lines. That's no good. Right. I mean, 2 Minotaurs. What about that? It's not going to do much good, I don't think, but we'll see. And what about medieval archers? Whole big sort of line of them up there. Just go for your... Oh, careful. Oh, great. Now those berserkers are straight into the archer lines, which is not ideal, but... Okay. The old Minotaurs are holding out so far, but... No, they're not. That's not a good idea, is it? Maybe we need to move the archers back to here. So, 6 of them in total, right. Oh god, they fired early. They fired way too fucking early. No, it doesn't work. Right, that strat is not functioning correctly. King? Fucking priests. Oh dear, right. If we move, perhaps, some archers sort of back here, and maybe give them some protection in the form of squires. What do you reckon? Could it work a bit better like this? Maybe. And then perhaps have some shield bearers up front to give the king some protection. And then anything else we can give him? Actually, maybe we take out a couple of squires. Give them some hoplites. Okay, let's try this sort of formation here. Okay, so you see, the healers are instantly dead, which is no good, but King's still fighting at the moment. The Valkyries, one of them's down. Oh god. But the guys are just going around in circles trying to catch them, which is no frigging good. Maybe if we... Those Valkyries are kinda strong. Hold on, I'm gonna change things up a bit here. Oh god, I want to get rid of the Valkyrie, please. No, get rid of the Valkyrie. I can't get rid of the Valkyrie. There we go, now I got rid of her. Berserker, let me just put that Berserker down, who I just freaking got rid of, and that Brawler. Maybe just have the one Valkyrie, perhaps. Just there. I mean, I don't think it's going to change their force by much, but you never know. Move the healers back as well, possibly. Because otherwise they're going to get insta-fucking attacked by the old berserkers. Right, hold on, if we put the king maybe back there, and put the healers back there, let's just see. Okay, right, king's dealing with the berserkers. Right, this could work better. I think they did just take out a load of their own units. The Valkyries are down, the archers are still going. Oh, watch out for those oarsmen, though. God, the king could easily get taken out here if he's not careful. Wait a minute! No, he's down. And it's just, I think, one oarsman and one jarl. Oh god, what are you guys even shooting at, seriously? Again, the jarl's not doing a good job, is he? God, how are you... Oh, right. Right. Ooh, this could come down to the wire here. Go on, lads, you gotta shoot. Oh, there we go! Right, so we did win that time. So I'm thinking maybe that could be the force that we have to go up against. So therefore, what do you reckon? How many points should we give our player then to defeat the folks on this map? Maybe about 3,500, just to give him a real challenge. Okay, the battle name. Let's see. What should we call this? What should we call this battle to do it? We'll call it Vikings at the Bridge. That's what we'll call it. Player budget 3,000. No, not 2,500. 3,000. Bloody hell. 35,000 would be way too much. Okay, right. The Britons have identified. Oh god, I cannot spell for some reason. Have identified a suitable choke point at which to hold up the Viking army. The Britons have identified a suitable choke point at which to hold up the Viking army. Will they be able to take advantage of the terrain to drive back the Nordic invaders? Yeah, it's as good a description as any, so let's take it. Save successful, right. So now, of course, we have the first 4 maps of our campaign, and then we come to our final one, which is going to be on Medieval 2. A nice big flat map to, well, basically, you know, have a big showdown, a final showdown between the Vikings and the Britons. So, of course, this is going to be a big Viking force, I reckon. We're going to have not just 3 longships, we're going to give our Vikings 5 longships. This is going to be the bulk of their army. Each one, we're going to give we're going to give a Jarl for each one. So of course, you know, we are going to need to give, probably, the red side a lot of points for this one. Okay, so there you go. 5 longships, 5 Jarls. What else? We haven't really used the ice archers, come to think of it. So maybe we'll put some ice archer units along the flanks here, like that. And then maybe Valkyrie on either side, like so. Berserker teams back there. Brawlers, I think. We can sort of put them kind of down the middle here. With their headbutter friends to back them up. So, 35 points, they've got 14,000 points worth of units there. So this is the proper big Viking army. This is what we're going to need to deal with. It's a mixture of all units. It's going to be quite a nasty one, I think, to repel this one. How many points do you think we need to give the red faction to deal with this? Of course, they've always got the secret units that they can fall back on, if necessary. Let's put Shogun and Sensei kind of up front to do a load of damage, hopefully. What about a wheelbarrow dragon or two along the sides? You know, maybe we should give... Oh, you see, now I've got an idea. Maybe we should give the Vikings a super unit, since this is the final battle. You know what? I'm thinking about doing that, actually. Let's take one longship out there. What if we give it... Oh god, that's going to knock them over though, isn't it? Okay, let's down them to 2 longships. And let's give the Vikings an ice giant. They brought an ice giant down from the north. What do you reckon? And just to kind of maybe give a bit of balance, let's take off a couple of the ice archers. And maybe 2 of the berserkers, or... Maybe... I'm just thinking... Because you want balance, really, don't you? Let's take out a brawler as well. Maybe a couple of the headbutters. So that way it's slightly more, kind of, like I say, a more balanced force. Just to give them a bit more. Let's just see how these guys get on here. Wow, the freaking wheelbarrow dragons. Freaking Sensei there is just going to town. Of course, he has to deal with that freaking ice giant, though, and all of these guys as well. Which is not ideal, but whatever. Oh, watch out, Sensei. Okay, they still won. Right, gonna need more points than that. The wheelbarrow dragons did not really do much. What about Artemis? Up there. Backed up by 2 Senseis. Let's just see how it goes. Oh god. But then again, those ice archers are quite nasty. Oh, guys, watch out. Artemis is still firing away nicely, though. Oh god, ice giant. Not doing terribly well, but one of the Senseis has been lost. Oh god, I thought for a second the ice giant was down there. Artemis is still going, but I think she... Oh no, ice giant's down. Okay. Artemis, you're going to have to watch out for those old ice archers. She's slowly pushing herself backwards as well, but a lot of the shots being fired at her are actually missing. That ice giant body's kind of in the way. Hopefully it'll disappear soon. We'll see if it could just disappear. Okay, she is taking the enemy out slowly. Oof. Come on, lads. I mean, lads, Artemis. Okay. I mean, it could work, but I really do think we are going to have to give Artemis much more kind of firepower. Maybe some shoguns, like this, 17,000 points worth of stuff. Okay, yeah, the shoguns, I need to remember, can actually, well, the samurai as well, can actually repel arrows sometimes. Okay, the shoguns are still kind of in there at the moment, causing a lot of damage. Ice Giant's taking a few shots. Okay, I think it's just Artemis now. That guy's turned into a fucking pincushion. Come on, Ice Giant, you need to die sometime soon, preferably. Oh wow, there he goes. But now she gets stuck on the freaking body. Oh, watch it. She's giving a few shots on that Jarl. There we go, he's dead. There's another one, though, coming in to try and... Oh, God. Ice arrows going friggin' everywhere here. Okay. It's just an oarsman under there, which is friggin' annoying, but... Watch out, Artemis, you're going to end up friggin'... Oh, no, wait, wait! Oh, come on! Right, there's one of them down. There we go. So I reckon, you know, this could work. So they've got 15,000 points worth. Maybe you should just make it a balanced kind of number of points. I don't know. When we get 12,000 points to the player, I wonder if that can actually be done. Let's just try out a tree giant with... what should we give him to back him up? Maybe just lots of units that can snarl things up. samurai along the kind of flanks here, like so. And maybe, let's think, support ninjas in the back there, perhaps to help churn things up a bit. Maybe some firework archers as well, down this side, like so. I don't know, we'll have to see. Some monks in the middle. I'm using a lot of the friggin', whatchamacallums, Asian dynasty faction units here, which is probably not the best, but we've got some ice archers of our own, perhaps. Let's just see how well these guys do. Wow, they took out a lot of the ice archers pretty much instantly. Tree Giant isn't doing too well at the moment. Okay, right, he just took out that Valkyrie. Okay, we're getting towards a giant versus giant situation here. Keep firing, lads. God, just careful not to whoa, okay. Being an ice giant going all over the place there. Okay, right, it's just the tree giant left. He's doing damage though. He's doing the biz. That's the thing. Oh, but there are freaking ice archers over there that nobody's cleared out. Go on. Oof. God, that was a big hit and a half, that was. It's the Battle of the Titans, this is. Those ice archers are actually hitting the ice giant in the back. Wait, is he dead? Oh, he's dead. Look at that pose, though. He's just like, I can't stand this shit anymore. He's out. Wow, he might actually do this. Depending on his health, but... Oh, careful. Go on. Just need to take him out. Oh, that was a bad hit. What was that? Oof, that's another one out. Oh, come on. Swing it in there, lads. Oh, good lord, matey. You're doing a shit job of this, aren't you? Oh, good god. There we go! Right, so... I mean, technically you could win this then with just 10,000 points. So let's make it really challenging. Let's save the battle as... defeat the Vikings. That's going to be the title of the final battle. And obviously, points we're going to give? 10,000. So, here we go. The Britons are making their last stand at their grand castle. Can they hold out and defeat the Viking Scourge once and for all? There we go. That's a, you know, good dramatic description. Okay, so we got our 5 maps, everyone. Now we can go into our campaign creator and we can put these things into here. So the Viking scouts arrive can be our first, followed by the Vikings have landed, then the Viking advance, Vikings at the bridge, then finally defeat the Vikings. So there we have our campaign, slowly scaling up. So we're going to save that. Campaign name is going to be the Viking Invasion of the British Isles. That's what we'll call it. Let's give it the interesting description. Recreate this totally accurate depiction of the Viking raids on the British Isles. Recreate this totally... no, wait, no. This totally... Yeah, hold on. No, not recreate this totally accurate depiction. What am I thinking? We'll call it... play this totally accurate depiction of the Viking raids on the British Isles. 100% historical accuracy guaranteed. Which, you know, totally isn't. A completion thank you note. Okay. Let's see now. What can we put for the actual completion note? So I'm guessing this is what someone will see upon completing the campaign, maybe? Completion thank you note, title... The Vikings have been repelled. Congratulations... Oh god. God, I'm not doing very well with the typing. Congratulations. The Britons... Not the Burtons. The Britons have successfully... repelled... No. Defeated the Viking Invasion. History... No. what should we put here? The Brits have successfully defeated the Viking Invasion. Now, this means that in several centuries' time, it will be the British doing the invading of other people's countries. Oh wait, God damn it, I cannot type. Nice job. There we go. Save successful. So can I upload this campaign? Settings. Can I upload that, please? Settings. Oh no, I can delete, rename. What's this? Upload the content. Okay, I can upload it then to the workshop, I guess. Content description. A totally 100% accurate depiction of the Viking raids on the British Isles in the Dark Ages. Don't question anything you see, for I am General Red and I have a PhD. So I know what I'm talking about. Check me out on YouTube. Search General Red Strategist. And will that do for a content description? A totally 100% accurate depiction of the Viking raids on the British Isles in the Dark Ages. Don't question anything you see, for I am General Red and I have a PhD, so I know what I'm talking about. Check me out on YouTube, search General Red Strategist. Anything else? Sugoi desu, because why not? Tags: challenging, historical, humour. Yeah, historical, humour, pop culture. And challenging. Upload. That's now uploading. So there we go, everyone. I have created my own campaign. Oh. Submitted data contained errors. Summary may not be greater than 250 characters. Okay, I need to contract this down. A total... Wait, hang on. Let's just do this. A totally accurate depiction of the Viking raids on the British Isles. Let's take this out here. Don't question any... Don't question... I think we can put don't question it. Don't question it. I am General Red and I have a PhD, so I know what I'm talking about. Check me out on YouTube. Let's put this like so. General Red Strategist Sugoi Desu. Okay, will it upload now? Did I take out enough characters? Let's see. I bet it gives me another... Oh no! Upload successful! Well, there we go, everyone! Awesome, so... Hang on, if I go to the main menu now... Will this actually appear? I mean, I've got it on local now. Play this totally accurate depiction of the Viking raids on the British Isles. 100% historical accuracy guaranteed. Nice, and there's my battles that I've made. Pretty awesome. So if I go to Workshop... And go Campaign... Filter, yeah, sort by newest. Is it going to be up here? Viking Invasion! Here we go! A totally accurate depiction of the Viking raids on the British Isles. Don't question it, I am General Red and I have a PhD, so I know what I'm talking about. Check me out on YouTube, General Red Sugoi Desu. Oh dear. Well, you know, if you've got totally accurate battle simulator, check out my campaign. Beat it for yourself. Not using the same kind of combinations that I was using, so don't do that. You know, maybe I'll make some more campaigns at some point. I think it'd probably be very interesting. Well, there you go, everyone. So that was another, I think it said another episode of Totally Accurate Battle Simulator as part of my Strategic Campaign Season 2 with me, General Red Strategist. If you're not doing so already, you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter. And if you're also interested in seeing me do anime-related content, go check out my General Red Propagandist channel. Links to all of these can be found below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, and of course share it with your friends on Facebook and Twitter, whatever social media pages you may be signed up to. Goodbye, everybody! That you in the game, whatever you want to call him. I'm talking to you, Headloo Fack. No, stop it! Freaky. Or... do you actually go back... No! How? Oh, that is weird. She's really... Right, I've said it before in the previous episode. The fourth wall doesn't even exist anymore by this point. She bulldozed it down a long time ago. that is so clever. How does it do that? How does it know? Does it read the computer, the system, or something? That's the thing, you know. Is it looking for like the administrator's name on the computer? Oh, that is just